And welcome back. We are about to venture off into our first segment for the morning. Dear to us, of course, the Chinese Zodiac, the ancient art of calligraphy. And in to tell us more about it is none other than who's always here with us, Huaya Chen, who's a Mandarin teacher. We want to wish you a very pleasant morning. Happy New Year. And I'm loving the colors.
Happy New Year, Bo Qiang and Ma Lin.
Alright.
新年快乐.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see what you remember.
Ni hao,
Ni hao.
wo jia, bo jian.
Very good.
I remember ni hao.
Ni hao.
And xie xie.
And 新年快乐 for today.
Okay.
新年
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 快乐.
快乐.
Yes, 新年 is New Year.
Okay.
快乐 is happy. So 新年快乐 is Happy New Year.
Okay.
快乐.
So we're going to be attempting to say that for most of the show today.
Yes, because today is the first day of the Year of Dog.
Yes.
Wow.
So yesterday it was still the Year of Rooster.
Yeah.
So today we start a whole new year.
Now, I want to have a bit of a background in terms of understanding how the day is selected. It's not like what we are traditionally used to. We have a specific date. The Chinese New Year is tied into the lunar phases.
Yes, we have a special lunar calendar. It's based on the activity of agriculture. So because China, during the 5,000 years of history, we base on the agriculture. So it's the weather and the climate is very important for the farmers, for them to know when to do what. So the lunar calendar is a special calendar that's for us, for the farmers, to know to what day, and we will have what kind of climate, and then we do what. So the Chinese New Year is based on the lunar calendar of the Chinese lunar calendar, and so every year it will fall on different days in the Western calendar.
Yes.
Yes. So that's why.
But it will fall on a specific phase of the moon.
It's from it's the new moon, the first new moon after the winter solstice. Yeah. So usually it will fall between January about 20 to February 20. So last year we have the introduction of the Chinese New Year. I remember it's on January 27 or 28th. And this year is February 16th.
I'm glad that you clarified that, because I was telling Marlene this morning that it was last year this time that we were actually talking about the year of the rooster.
That's right.
But in reality, it goes along with the lunar.
Right, right. So last year it was January.
Yeah.
And this year
it was the end of January.
February. Yes.
So in venturing off into what we've got here, I'm not sure if you wanted to ask anything that has to do with what we were just talking about, but the ancient art of calligraphy.
Yes.
What is this?
Yes, it is the Chinese writing system, and it becomes an art because the Chinese writing system is different from the English.
Yes.
It's a logographic.
Yeah.
So that's why we can have the calligraphy that has an art style of writing, and we will do that later, and I will let you to use the brush.
Attempt to do
Yes,
it. Yes.
we have the tools. We have the special tools for writing the Chinese calligraphy.
Oh, wow.
And that's very important during the Chinese New Year because we have the couplets. We have to have that on our door to welcome the spring, welcome the good fortune, etc. So that's why we do the Chinese New Year couplet. And we will do that later.
But before we get into the calligraphy though, I think you mentioned already that it is officially the start of the year of the dog.
Yes.
And I think a long time ago when we were younger, we used to receive calendars that would help people to realize, Belizeans, to know what year they were born in.
Yes, we have that.
Let's talk a bit about how the history behind the Chinese zodiac and what it means when it is your particular year being celebrated.
Yes. Remember last year we read a book that's the 12 Animals of the Chinese Zodiac. It's a picture book for kids.
Okay.
And so this year we won't read that again. But I will have a brief. You still remember that because the Jet Emperor said, oh, it's very hard to remember what year you were born.
Yeah.
So he just think that we can choose 12 animals to represent your birth year, so that would be easier for people to remember, oh, I was born in the year of rabbit, etc. So that everybody will know that if you are also a rabbit, you are 12 years after or before me.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's much easier.
Yes.
And how does the Jet Emperor to choose the 12 animals? He has a race for them to have. And then the 12 animals who come first to win the 12 spaces.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how it come from.
Yeah.
And so this year, it's a very ancient story. So we have no idea how it come from actually, because it's too long and everybody just have the story generation by generation.
Yeah.
So that's how we come to the 12 animals. That's the rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. And as you still remember, the rat used some of the smart techniques.
He was the smartest one too.
Yeah, to get the first one. So that's why the cat cannot get it.
So let me ask, because I know very similar to the other horoscopes that we're accustomed to, there are personality links between the year you're born and the animal of your year. So when you spoke of being in the year of the rat, you are believed to be a very cunning and smart person.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's usually that.
Yeah.
And so, can we go back to the previous one that we will have take a look at the year of dog first, because
let's see the year
if
of dog.
you were born, if you are born today, until next year, February 4th, because next year the new year will begin on February 5th. So if you are born during this period, you are born in the year of dog.
Really? So I'm looking there and I'm seeing 1982, which is my year.
1982.
So I was actually born in
So
the
this
year
is your year?
Yes.
Oh, so I should put your name there.
My name there.
So you're celebrating your year. You're the year of
Yes,
the dog.
the year of the dog.
And there are the qualities to the bottom that are typically tied in.
Loyal
Yes.
and honest, amiable and kind, cautious and prudent.
Is that you?
I guess.
Yeah, so because every animal has its own characters. So we can relate some of the characters to our personality.
Yeah.
And so you can see that, oh, when I do the research, I found that many celebrities, they were born in the year of dog. So Michael Jackson, Bill Clinton,
Elvis Presley.
Yes.
And Mother Teresa.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting.
Do you usually find it to be true?
Sometimes, yes. It's like the Western horoscope.
Yes.
So so when we see the elements, we say, oh, it's me.
Yeah. I asked that because I know some people, especially with the Western Zodiac, they are very much tied to if they're a Virgo or a Pisces or and they use it to justify different personality characters.
And you know, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because every new year we have our lunar calendar, and it tells us what good fortune or bad fortune will you have if you are in the year of what.
Oh.
So every year on the new year, actually I check that, I have to really pay attention to my health, etc. For such and such year.
Yeah.
And but I will have some good fortune maybe on the month of February or on the month of May, etc.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting that many people will
check their
that,
horoscopes,
to see if this year is a good year for them or bad year for them, and what kind they have to really pay attention to. Yes, and sometimes they will go to the temple to pray for a better one.
So let's go through the others. So we have the year of the rat.
Yeah.
And they're said to have spirit, alertness, delicacy, flexibility, vitality, adaptable, smart, cautious, acute, alert, positive, outgoing, and cheerful.
Yeah, so when we read the story, we thought that, oh, red is a bad thing.
He's cunning.
But actually, red still has its own advantages.
Of course.
Yeah, so that's why it is the first
Yes.
to get the first place. But to be honest, that when parents, if they can choose what year their child is born, they will choose the dragon.
Why?
Because dragon in China, in the Chinese culture, the East Asia culture, dragon represent the most royal and most powerful animal. So that's why many parents will choose to have their children.
Yeah.
born
Let's
in
find
the
out
year of
more
dragon.
about the other signs,
The
right?
ox.
The ox is next?
Yes.
All right.
So we
Well,
have Barack Obama.
Barack Obama is
Yes.
the year of the ox. It
Yes.
says here that they're honest, they're industrious, they're
Yes.
patient, they're cautious, they're strong-willed, and they're persistent.
Yes.
And did we see that with Barack?
Yes.
All
And
right.
the next
Jack
one,
Nicholson, Paul Newman. Wow.
Next up.
year of tiger.
Who is, they're tolerant, loyal, valiant, courageous, they're trustworthy, they're intelligent, and they're virtuous.
Yes.
Wow.
And
That's-
that's my year.
That's your year?
This is your year. Wow.
Yeah.
You're there with Maria Sharapova, who is
Oh.
number one when it comes to tennis as well.
I'm not that
Tiger
young.
Woods.
Gentle,
Michael
sensitive, compassionate, amiable, modest,
Modest,
and merciful.
So that will
That's a lot to live
that
up
will
to.
reveal some of the secrets. You know,
Yeah.
when you say that, oh, I was born in the year of what,
Yeah.
and then everybody can guess, oh, what year, what age do you have?
And there we have
Dragon.
Year of the Dragon.
Ooh.
Decisive, inspiring, magnanimous, sensitive, ambitious, and romantic.
Oh, I love Sandra Bullock.
That's a great mix of qualities there, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love Sandra
So
Bullock.
next up we have
The year
The
of
year
the
of
snake, soft-spoken, they're humorous, they're sympathetic, determined, passionate, and they're smart.
and then we have
Year
The
of
year of the
horse.
horse. Warm-hearted, upright, easygoing, independent, endurance, positive attitude.
It's all good things.
okay.
Yeah.
Year of the goat, you're gentle, you're soft-hearted, you're considerate, you're attractive, you're hardworking, you're persistent, and you're thrift.
Yes.
Wow, sounds like a good year.
Every year is a good year.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up with Mr. Monkey, the year of the monkey, who is enthusiastic, self-assured, sociable, and innovative. Is he? All right. Year of the rooster,
Rooster.
Is independent, capable, warm-hearted, self-respect, and quick-minded. Nice. And then the year of the pig,
Yeah.
warm-hearted, good-tempered, loyal, honest, and gentle.
Hillary Clinton is right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Believe it or not, year of pig is another good year for the
Oh.
Asian parents who want to have children too, because pig is for in Asian countries it feels like it's lucky
Okay.
all life. So so
It's
that-
lucky because it has a good life. But let me ask, if dragons, the year of the dragon and the year of the pig are the most coveted years that your children should be born, what would be the least favorite?
I would say maybe red a little bit less,
Uh-huh.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe because we still have the traditional
Thought that
stereotype
is, yes.
thoughts
Yeah.
of the animals. So maybe less.
Yeah.
If we compare the birth rate,
Yeah.
and then you will find the year of dragon is the highest
most.
one.
And what about the significance of the person's name? Do they go along with the year as well?
Usually, many parents they will have the birth time and date, and they want they find is that a fortune teller? Probably not a fortune teller, but someone who can use our special system to calculate the strokes. We will talk about the strokes later because in Chinese, our name, the character is writing stroke by stroke.
Yeah.
So each character has different stroke, and in the fortune part, the stroke represent different fortune too. So many parents, not everybody, but many parents, they will have the names strokes to fall on the good number. Yeah, so that's one thing. Oh, I'm glad you noticed that because it's all related to the whole culture that we want to bring the good fortune to our kids and want to the every day of his life or her life is very smooth.
Excellent.
Yeah, yeah.
So since we've learned more about the different years, it's time to talk about calligraphy.
Yes, because in the Chinese New Year, we mentioned about the couplets.
Yes.
And when we were young at school, every kid is required to learn the calligraphy because it's a very special art in the Chinese culture. It's also influence on the other East Asian countries like Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia. Those they have a large Chinese populations, and people will learn the calligraphy there. So you will see the Japanese calligraphy and Korean calligraphy during the Olympic. The opening ceremony, they have the calligraphy too. So it's a very big influence, and we have the calligraphy culture. I think it's more than 2,000 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So in our long history, it's about 2,000 years. And why we can have the calligraphy? Because as we mentioned, it's a Chinese character. It's a logographic system. Yeah, we will see more of the examples later.
Yeah.
And one character, one syllable. So like we say, 新年快乐, that's 4 characters.
Okay.
And it's 4 syllable. 新年快乐. Yeah, it's just each character has the 4 different tones. 心形醒性, that's the 4 different tones. But each one is a syllable.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, the Chinese character is also called, very often called block word. Why? Because it's usually writing in a block, a box.
One thing.
Yeah. So we will try that later. And also, it's written stroke by stroke. So every character has different strokes. So it's another thing that when parents have the names for their children, they will consider, oh, is it too many strokes? because when
For them to write their name.
When we were young, maybe the teacher, if we do something wrong, the teacher will say, okay, you have to write your names for 100 times. So in that case, the children with very less strokes will be much easier.
Yeah, it would be much easier indeed.
Yeah. So okay, let's see the history of the Chinese script. During the 5,000 years of our history, first we have the oracle bone script. It's a logographic. So the ancient Chinese, they draw the object they saw as how they communicate. So we can see the upper left side. Can you imagine what word is at the upper left side?
Upper left.
Yeah, can you imagine? It looks like
Man tree.
trees, 2 trees.
Yeah.
2 trees. So
These first 2 right here.
yeah, so the oracle bone script writing like the 2 trees with the branches.
Yeah.
And then that's about 1,200 BC. Yeah, the oracle. And then the bronze script, it's about 1,000 BC.
Wow.
Yeah, so it changed to the bronze script. It's a little bit more standardized. And then to the seal script. The seal script is about 200 BC. So it's after 800 years, and then it comes to the seal script.
Yeah.
And then becomes of the clerical script. It's about 24 BC.
Okay.
So during that time, because the government it's mostly for the government clerical to document something.
Okay.
So they have to standardize it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it becomes the standard script. It's about 150 AD. Yeah, and then we have the standard script. And for the semi-cursive script and cursive script, it's because when we write, sometimes we write really quick for the time consuming, and then we have the different script.
Yeah.
So the most basic one is the standard script. So on the upper right side, it's another word that's very easy to recognize. It's the fish, and you can see the
changes.
change. Yeah, from the oracle to the bronze to the seal, and then to the standard.
What is what is taking place there? Is it simplifying the writing of the word itself, or using less strokes? What is taking place over time?
Yes, because everybody, if you just use the drawing, everybody will draw different things.
Okay.
So it will be hard to recognize what kind of words do you write.
Yeah.
So it's about the 150 AD. I should say the 24. The clerical script is the time in the Han Dynasty that the government, because during that time China is a more unified country, because before that it's 2,000 years ago and it's separated many places. So during that time it's about a more unified. So the government want to control more of the whole country. So they want to have the words that have the standardized too.
So that you can always recognize what's being written.
Yes, so that's why we come to the stroke. So everybody will follow the stroke.
Follow the stroke.
Yes, and then that would be easier for everyone to read, to recognize. So, and then we can see another word, that's the horse. That's the horse.
Easily recognizable there.
All right, so let's take a moment to step over now and try to get into some of the practical lessons, and we'll continue to learn more about calligraphy as well.
Okay.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult would you say it be?
Depends. if you want to write really beautiful, very professional, and then even I cannot do that. I wrote this, but to be honest, I'm not a very good to write a calligraphy. We have some of the professionals. I'm not sure if we have the time to show the YouTube. They write very, very smooth and very, very beautiful. So when I practiced this, I said to my husband, "Oh, I always so regret that I didn't."
Learn
better when I was young. So
it's a great skill to have now, because in fact you pay people sometimes to write in calligraphy.
Yes. So for the Chinese calligraphy, we have some tools, special tools. The first one is the brush,
which is a finer tip, it seems to me. Does that matter?
I try to have the bigger one here, because we have from the tiniest one and then to this bigger one. But if we want to write this kind of big paper, we have to use the big one. But for many people, they want to write the small letters, small characters, and then we have to change to the smaller one. So the brush, the brush here, it is made by the animal hair. So it's very soft.
Now let me ask a question. A long time ago, I did calligraphy. I was a part of calligraphy club in high school. I'm not very good. I did it in high school, and it was a lot more challenging. But one of the things I do remember from that time was that there were certain portions of a word that would be written with a thicker stroke and some with a thinner stroke. Is it the same with Chinese calligraphy?
Yes, it has the different technique. We said that there are 8 techniques to write, because each stroke is horizontal or vertical, or it's just a dot. So it's all different. Yeah, there are 8 different techniques to write that one. But take it easy. We won't
do anything too complicated.
We will write the easy one.
So what do these say?
This is the spring. This one. spring.
Spring.
Yes, we will write this one today
Okay.
because it's not that hard. Yeah, and this one is the good luck. In the middle, this one is the good luck. And why I write this is in Chinese it's called Wang.
What?
Wang. Why Wang is very important in the Year of Dog because in the East Western culture we call the dog woof woof woof.
Okay, the
But
barking, yeah.
in Chinese we call Wang Wang.
Oh.
Wang Wang. And Wang is good fortune too.
Okay.
Really?
Yes, Wang is a good fortune. So we can write Wang too because
Okay.
the good luck is a little bit more strokes for
Okay.
you.
So let me clarify. So the word dog, why we say dog, you
Yes.
say
Go,
go.
go.
Ah.
Yes,
Go.
go.
And instead of woof woof, it's
Wang.
Wah.
Yes. So in the Year of Dog, we will say 好运旺旺来. That's the good fortune coming is like wang wang wang.
Okay. So can you say that again? The first part.
好运,
好运.
好运, good fortune.
好运.
旺旺来.
wang wang.
Wang
I do the wang
wang
wang.
lai.
Yes,
Oh.
very good, very good.
Oh,
So
okay.
the traditionally we
Yeah.
we will have the ink
Okay.
stick, and
Okay.
we have an ink stone,
Okay.
and we have to rub it, rub the ink stick on the ink stone, so that it can produce the ink here. And this is a process for you to calm down yourself and preparing for writing. So the this part is a cultivation
Okay.
of yourself. Yeah, you have to do it slowly and calmly, and until it got the thickness you want, and then we can start to
Okay.
write. So for the couplets, for the couplets of this one, usually we can have this one on the door. Yeah. So for this one, we write on a red paper.
Okay.
And it's like a diamond shape.
Yes.
It's not. It's a square actually, but it's okay.
We'll call it a diamond. Don't worry.
One of those,
Oh.
So we could, so we could
Yes,
start
everybody
this
can
process.
start.
And we'll write spring, right? We'll,
So let me do that first, and we have the brush, have some ink here, and then how we hold it's vertical.
Okay.
You hold it vertical, and you use your thumb and middle finger to hold it, and then your index finger just support it, and then you have your ring finger and little finger. It's just a support here.
Okay.
So basically, it's held by the thumb
And the middle finger.
The middle finger. So
And upright.
upright, yes. So when there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strokes for the spring. So the first stroke, and the second stroke.
So you don't do it continuously. You do stroke by stroke.
Stroke by stroke. So that's 1 and 2. And 3. So the ink is not enough, but that's okay. And 4. And 6. Oh, and the 5. Oh, I don't have enough ink here. Ooh, so I have to rub more ink for you to write. And 6. Seven.
Oh.
8. And 9. Okay.
Okay.
So it's not a very good one, but basically you will.
I think it's going to be better than we'll be able to pull off, but we'll try.
So let me have more ink for you.
Okay.
so that you can write. You still remember the strokes we have?
This one, yeah.
Okay, good. So that's why I picked this one. This one
'Cause it's easy.
easier, and it's very good for the Chinese New Year because it says spring. Spring is coming.
Okay.
We welcome the spring.
I know I'm not.
Now,
holding it.
what's a traditional? How do you traditionally celebrate the New Year, especially since you're not at home?
We still have the reunion dinner, although we have the same family members here. It's not. If I was back in Taiwan, it would be the whole family.
Okay.
Okay.
They come together to have the reunion dinner,
Okay.
and then we stay until midnight,
Wow.
Okay.
and then to have the red envelope for the kids.
Oh.
Yes, and have the firecrackers.
Yeah. That's what woke me up last night.
Firecrackers.
When it
yes.
comes to having the family over, do family bring their portion of food, or one family cook the food and everybody comes over?
Usually it's the mother, the head of the household, the grandmother, to control the kitchen and
Yeah.
to ask everybody to come to help her.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
to
dinner is
prepare
cooked
for
at
the food.
cooked at one residence, and
Right,
everybody.
one resident.
Oh.
Yes, and everybody, the son and daughters and grandchildren, they come back. Yes, it's like Thanksgiving in
Yes.
the United States and like Christmas
Yeah.
in Belize.
It's more the entire family coming together than
Yes.
individual families.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So are you ready to write?
What's your favorite meal for New Year's?
I love dumplings, hot pot. Oh, I cannot say that because I will miss them because I
Oh,
can
you
make
remember.
dumplings myself, but
Okay.
hot pot is a little bit hard to
Okay.
get
The
here.
ingredients. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like the. Remember last year I have the meatball,
Yes.
and outside it's the rice. We call that 珍珠丸子. It's my favorite.
珍珠丸子.
Yeah, and all the round thing, the round thing is means good for the Chinese culture.
Oh.
Yeah, because
So
in-
like the decorations that we're seeing.
yes,
Yeah.
we can see the round, and even we play Tai Chi, we have a round.
Yeah.
So it's a circle, it's a round, and that means a whole thing, a wholesome
Okay, so-
for the Chinese culture.
So we see the circles as decoration, then this would mean that.
It just will have the good thing to come to you.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So let's start from the first.
Once again, show me how to hold that. Okay.
Oh, let me hold this so that you can hold. Okay. So it's the thumb and middle finger, and then you just support it and vertical.
Okay.
Hold it
Alright, so
upright,
this
and relax your wrist, and then you have some of the
is-
ink.
Alright, so let's try that.
And then write from left to right. Yes, good. And the second stroke from left to right. Very good. And then the third stroke from left to right.
Trying to hold this
Yes.
left to right.
Okay, so for Maleni, the fourth one is from the up.
Okay, from the top.
From the top and to the left. Yes. And then for the fifth stroke, it's from the middle here to the right. Yes. Good.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then we will write this word is sun by
Sun?
itself. By itself.
Sun.
Sun. So it's from the up to the principle is from up to down and
left to
from
right.
left to right. Yes. Oh, very good.
We're trying here.
And have more ink. Yes.
Okay.
And the middle one.
So it's left to right here.
Left to right and the middle one here.
Okay.
This one. Oh, the middle. The middle first.
Oh, it's the middle
Middle.
first.
Yes. Middle first, and then we close it.
Oh, so we go in order.
Yes. Oh, very good. This is your first Chinese New Year couplet.
There you go.
That's
It's
beautiful.
the spring.
Alright,
Very
so we do
nice.
that
So
then.
for
One stroke
Bo
this way.
Qiang, one stroke from up to down.
And this means spring.
Spring, yes. 春,
Chun.
春, yes.
春.
春 means spring.
Yeah, we're trying here. We're trying.
Yes,
I think
and then from left to right, from left to right. Yes.
So I'm supposed to be straight, left to right,
And then down again.
down again.
Yes. And then the middle, from
Middle
left
one.
to right.
Maybe from left to right.
Yes. And then
the
to
bottom.
close the button. Very good.
All right.
So it's your first spring. First spring.
Yeah. I think it's easier if you're looking at something
If
to
you're
be
looking
able
at
to
something and you just-
replicate it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So the stroke is not very hard to learn, right?
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, because they have the principles from left to right, from up to down. Yeah, so it's the very basic principle if you follow it, and then every word will be easier for you.
Of course. Wow.
Yes.
All right. So that was our first attempt at calligraphy.
Our first
Yes.
spring.
And we,
Spring.
I think obviously you shared so much information with us. I think one of the things that people want to remember now is that it is officially the year of the dog.
Yes.
And so they will be, is it a luckier year for them?
For the dog people,
Yeah.
usually it's saying that it's not that good. We call that 本命年 because
本命年.
it's the year of dog for your birth year. So that's why many people will go to the temple to have a small lantern there.
Okay.
And it said that it can change your 本命年
yeah.
for a better one.
Okay.
So usually, if we were coming to the year of our birth year, the animal, and then we will pay more attention to everything. Yeah, but basically, it will be smooth.
Okay.
It will be smooth.
So who celebrate more? The folks who are actually celebrating their birth year, do they celebrate more or it's the
No,
same across?
It's the same across because every new year is a good new one.
Okay.
So on the New Year Eve and on the first day of the new year, we will tell our kids that you should say good things, not any bad words from your mouth,
Yeah.
because that will bring you good luck for the whole year.
And one more thing, it's a celebration that lasts more than a day.
15 days.
15 days.
Until the lunar calendar of the January 15th. That's our Lantern Festival. And until that day, and then it will mark the end of the Chinese New Year celebration.
Okay.
So
That's
it's just the beginning.
I know.
So for the beginning, and one final question here, being that we're celebrating for the 15 days.
Yes.
Is that like a 15-day and every day is a big feast?
If you want,
Yeah.
because in ancient Chinese, they are most of them are farmers. So this is the coldest time during the year. So after the whole year of hard working, this is a time for them to take a rest and then to prepare
To go
for the
back out,
coming
yeah.
spring, and then they will go back to the fields. So that's why they celebrate it for 15 years, and then they can
15
eat
days,
something
yeah.
because usually they cannot eat the big feast
Yeah.
during the whole year. So that time is a time for them to eat. But nowadays, because we are eating good every day, so we just celebrate for about 5 days in Taiwan. We have 5 official holidays for the Chinese New Year.
Excellent.
5 or 6 days, I think. Yes.
Well, thank you for coming in and sharing this
Thank
information
you.
with us. It
新年
definitely is going to
快乐。
set the background for the rest of the conversation we're going to have. We're going to learn about the red envelopes
Yeah.
next.
Yes.
That's very important.
Kids will be very excited.
So thank you once
Thank you
again.
so,
Thank
you so
you.
much.
新年
谢谢。
快乐。
新年快乐。
新年快乐。
All right. We're going to go ahead now and take a break, and we'll be back in a few. Stay tuned.